Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Binding of Isaac. Today I'm just going to play Isaac. I like playing Isaac so much more than pretty much everyone except Blue Baby, and I kind of just played Blue Baby. So I'm going to roll with this, and I'm sorry for those of you that don't like re-rolling. I like re-rolling a lot. It's really how I have the most fun in the game, and I'm sorry. We'll see where this run goes. Maybe, yeah, I'm definitely going to take that. That is just going to let me go into secret and top secret rooms without needing to use bombs and getting it right away. That's going to be quite an enabler for some later good stuff, maybe. Like greed farming, which obviously doesn't start until my throat is just like, hey, you know what? Screw you. Until the Depths 1. That's the first time greed can appear in a secret room. And Transcendence from our first secret room sounds great to me. So now I have Flight and... geez, what more can you ask for, like, right away? Flight and easy access to all secret rooms. I'm pretty pleased with that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to not go into the shop. You're like, hey, it's free, you should go in there. No. Because that could contain the habit, and since there's no way for me to get all of that money right now, I'd get screwed out of getting the habit for the rest of the run, and I'd rather not do that. So just because of that chance, it's not worth it. Because it's just, there's no potential benefit from it with the money I had and now no longer have, and there's great potential downfall from it. I'd be very sad to lose the habit, or even, I don't know, mostly that one item. So we are going to get a reroll for this fight, well, after this fight, and that's pretty cool, especially since it's the only item I want to reroll on the floor. It's the only thing I haven't taken. And who knows, if it's just a health up, I'm just going to take it. That's going to make me a very happy man. Because the more health I have, the better. More chance for trading with the devil, getting sweet items there. I don't know. Who knows where things are going to go? I don't. Oh yeah. I guess right away, while it's still early and people are still watching, I should probably talk about how it's time to kind of select a new Let's Play. I have to wait for Terraria for the update, and that's coming up when the update comes out. Ratchet & Clank is done until Into the Nexus comes out. And I am going to go back for challenge mode in all the Ratchet & Clank games, but I don't want to do that yet. I'll probably do that around the time I finish Into the Nexus, which comes out in the holidays. But I have things that I've been interested in playing for a while, like... This is a really interesting predicament we find ourselves in. There's a chance that this is enough money. I'm going to take it. Okay, it's 7 cents, which is enough to get a half-price item, but I'm not going to take that chance again for the same reasons as before. But maybe the next floor will allow us to get enough money. Now, this is a weird choice. I would almost never take Pageant Boy normally, as I'm sure we're all aware. But, hey, mixing it up. So, like I was saying, Demon Souls, Shadow of the Colossus would be fun. Wow. Okay, well, even though it activated, it's not worth keeping because it's a terrible trinket. The missing page, 1 in 20 or 5% chance to activate a Necronomicon effect when you get hit. That's like the second time it's ever activated for me. Let's see what's in our item room. Cupid's arrow. This D6 doesn't even mean anything. I don't even need it. 1-up is definitely something that I'd like to reroll. But let's see what we've got. Okay, Lucky Foot is definitely a more important reroll for the Pact, because the Pact is going to give us 2 Soul Hearts, 0.5 damage up, and 0.4 tears up. So that was kind of an awesome pickup. And note that means we know that there's a devil room on this floor, which is fine. We knew that already because there can't be an angel room yet. I haven't had any devil rooms. I haven't played any other runs in this session. Nothing like that. So anyway, just kind of game suggestions. I also would kind of love to do a mini-series on Eldritch, because I like that game so much, and I don't know. Options. Whoa, calm down. So Cupid's arrow makes it so that our tears just travel through enemies, able to hit other enemies after, so they just go straight through as if we have piercing like technology or something, which is awesome. That's a great item to pick up, and the pack doing more damage, all that good stuff. Soon we're gonna have a reroll for that other item that was in that secret room. And now here's the thing, chances are we're gonna get the devil room on this floor, and that means that I'm kind of willing to sacrifice a reroll right now, because I expected the boss to be literally right here as it was. So I I'm gonna miss part of a reroll, but we know that there's a devil room on the floor, and that could be a very great benefit. Pin is gonna get melted by this item, because each section will take damage and die, pretty much, and then Pin's gonna kill itself. Health up. Let's see what we got in our devil room. Guppy's Paw is an interesting proposition. I mean, it puts us 1/3 of the way to Guppy. I'll do it. Basically, we just got Guppy's Paw for the boss. Monster Manuel doesn't really appeal to me. Touch it so it doesn't appear again, but away we go. And I'm not going to take the 1-up because I don't like respawn items. That's a personal thing. I don't think there's anything left for me to do on this floor, except, I suppose, I will blow up this fortune teller in case it gives me 4 cents, and then I can go to the shop. 2 cents. Not quite. So there's nothing left for me to do but go on my merry way and hope that on the next floor, the last floor where we can't fight greed with any possibility, hope that we find 2 cents and then a good shop. Alright, secret rooms, definitely doing their thing for us. I don't want you. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't want to deal with that. This blood donation machine probably going to be kind of useful for us. Well, I'll use it right away just because that's there. I do have the lover's card, keep that in mind, so I can absolutely use that as leverage to play that a bit more and try and get the either health up or IV bag. Health up, speed up, in fact. But it's just not the primary objective at the moment. Chances are we won't get a devil room here. We do have a quarter of whatever chance it is we end up with, which is probably 36% because you start with 1%, and then taking no red heart damage on the boss adds 35%. I haven't done anything else like kill a beggar, or I don't have the Book of Revelations or the Book of Belial. I don't have Pentagram, things like that. So we're probably just going to get base 1% plus 35%. Divide that by 4, and we have a number that's not quite so much. Isn't it 9? 9%? That doesn't sound very promising. By the way, it's kind of funny. Every time I do math in a video, I do it really, really horribly wrong. And it's kind of hilarious as a math major. So, alright. Just keeping the rerolls coming. And, I mean, I like range. I do. I like range ups. But I can do so much better with all of the space left on this floor to get rerolls. Because the floor is going to be bigger than the last floor. Pretty much guaranteed. And I've gone to so few of the rooms, and I actually have an optimal reroll situation right now where I can go to exactly the number of rooms required at any given time and have no issues. So it would be kind of silly not to keep rerolling that for at least a health up. Or a tears up, I guess. Or damage up. But pretty much nothing else is satisfactory at the moment. I would like, well, I guess never mind what I'd like. Item room or shop so I have options for my rerolls, because, you know, I'm okay taking a range up like I said, but if I have the ability to just like take something from the item room or reroll something from the item room, I'd rather do that and take the range up. But for now, health up, just taking it. 3 plays on the blood donation machine, so I guess we'll do that right away, just because. Alright, there's our blood bag. I'm not going to take it immediately. We're going to see what's up if we can get another one or something, because it's 4 hearts of recovery along with the health up that is filled, so you could consider it 5 hearts of recovery, but that's just not how I consider them, because I consider a filled heart not to be recovery, so that's just how I look at it. Flat penny is definitely a trinket that I desire, giving us a 50% chance every time we pick up a coin to drop a key next to it as well. Might do that. Depends on our reroll situation a little bit later. Kamikaze, good item, but not really appealing to me in any way right now. So let's see what's in the shop, hopefully. I'd love to see a curse room that either has an item that I can reroll or teleports me straight into the devil room to get something awesome. Kane's Eye would be a 25% chance on entering the floor to give a compass effect for the whole floor. It doesn't work very often for me. I mean, 25% is 25%. So we did just lose the 15-cent mark, which means hopefully I can make that up by, for example, blowing up a fortune teller machine. I'll use the one in the secret room because it's easier. And we'll see what happens there. Then I'll blow up another one if I have to do that. And then we'll see. Okay, that's enough money, so we're just going to go straight back to the shop, because it can't contain greed, and we want to see what's in there. I doubt I'd reroll in there before rerolling in the item room. But, you know, we'll see. It's a compass, and, I mean, honestly, I'm just going to take the compass. This is not a normal decision for me. Normally... Oh, oops. I'm reading the 3 in the wrong place. Anyway, normally I would be like, hey, let's reroll for the habit. Let's do it. Today, no thanks. I can still get it later, and now I can use this compass to maximize my reroll potential by going to only the rooms required for the most part if I have that ability. So, Mom's Bra would freeze enemies for a little while. Pretty good. Not better than V6. I'm going to do this. That wasn't really worth it. We got 1 key out of it, so I guess that was sort of worth it. By the way, Cupid's arrow does remove all knockback, so shot speed up is a little less bad, but it's still bad because of Lump of Coal and the what now? Homing effects. So I'm not going to bother. Yep. Okay. Piercing is also, I mean, it's just really good in general. It's going to deal with a lot of things quite effectively. No, you stop it. Alright, what is this pill? I bet it's probably bad. It's Tears Up, that's awesome. Okay, so we have a higher fire rate. We know that there's a Tears Up pill in the rotation, which is good. By the way, the red patch I never explained is going to be a 20% chance when you get hit to increase your damage by, I don't know how much, but I think it's 1.5 uses of the razor, which gives you damage for damaging yourself. So I think it's that. I think that's the amount. So we took our blood bag, spawned right next to the item room where we have Mr. Mega, and since we see that there's a library literally right there, I am going to take Mr. Mega, just because it's awesome. Sort of awesome. 5 more bombs. Bombs do more damage and have a larger blast radius, and is just generally a pretty good time. We're going to head right over to the library, of course, because I want to maximize my rerolls on that. See if we can get all of the books out of the pool so that we can turn it into a double item room. That's really a great thing to do. And I don't have the means to get down to low health for going to that boss challenge room yet. I might at some point. So that gets us a reroll perfectly. As long as we see 2 books at once, we can probably do this successfully on this floor. Soul Heart is awesome. We already got the Monster Man well handled. Well, Book of Shadows doesn't really help us. There's no sacrifice room, so I can't use that effectively for anything. There could be a blood donation machine or a demon beggar somewhere around here just chilling maybe, but I haven't found it yet, and chances are I won't find it until it's too late. So we're just touching the books so they don't appear again, so that we can get rid of all of the books in the pool and see item room items instead. That's the goal here. Might or might not work on this particular floor. It's sad that the secret room was where it is instead of right next to the boss challenge room, so I can just waltz in full health and destroy all of the enemies. Bosses. Whatever, man. It's weird having piercing and not spectral tears, kind of. Like, I know that's not like a big thing. It's just like, you have the piercing tears, but you kind of expect to be able to shoot through rocks, because it's... Well, I do at least. You might not. I won't make generalizations about you like that. Alright, Anarchist Cookbook and Necronomicon. Necronomicon actually doesn't have to be in the pool for the library, I believe. So we actually got unlucky because we have an extra item to reroll, which might affect it, it might not at the same time. I'm going to go to the curse room though. Remember, we're 1/3 of the way to becoming Guppy already, which is not going to be the focus. It's just, if the game is going to throw these choices at me, I'm not going to say no. Matchstick, increased drop rate of bombs. Not a bad thing, but I think that I'd definitely rather have the flat penny for pretty much as long as possible. Probably. Yep. Pinky Eye, 10% chance to fire a poison tear. And that does poison damage. Probably logically. And that's pretty good as well. We're getting all these good trinkets that I just don't want to be using right now. Right, no knockback. Sometimes bad, but most of the time it's neutral or good. In this chest, we get a Super Troll Bomb, so I'm going to skip on that. Looks like I'll get a reroll by going to the boss directly, after rerolling here for whatever other books are left. Probably, well, I don't know what's going to happen if we get a Devil Room. Because we won't get angel rooms, we did take a deal with devil. If we get a devil room, though, I kind of want to use a reroll there, but at the same time I might not. Okay. Yes. The reason that was debatable was I wasn't sure whether I wanted to fight Pestilence or not, and I had to think about it, because using the Book of Revelations does guarantee that you'll fight a horseman if possible. So, except on XL floors, but this isn't an XL floor, and we haven't fought Pestilence yet, so it's possible we're guaranteed we're going to fight Pestilence right now. Unless we fight the Headless Horseman, it'll still drop a cube of meat, though. It's too early for Conquest to appear. Yeah, anyway, I was debating that, and then I realized this is going to help me with my rerolls a lot. Because then I have one less thing to reroll, and it's always good to have at least one orbital. Orbitals are kind of amazing, and the cube of meat will not only block tears, but damage any enemy, and stack with other cubes of meat. It's a good time. Since it doesn't really matter, okay, ladder is not worth anything for us, and I don't need to buy a key when I have the flat penny. Let's go fight the boss. So we know that next floor, Greed is appearing unless there's another mini-boss, which could be, like, Greed is in the secret room with a 33% chance. And if that, well, first it checks for the mini-boss. If there's no mini-boss that isn't Greed in one of the normal rooms, then it checks the secret room. And if Greed is, well, if you lose your 33% chance, or win, depending on what you're after, you get Greed in the secret room. If you don't get him in the secret room, then you're guaranteed to get him in the shop. Can't fight Greed 2 floors in a row, though, and that's about all you need to keep in mind. Well, time to make that happen. So I'll touch that. And then, yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, so we'll take Spirit of the Night, and then we'll take Guppy, Dead Cat, rather. Because Spirit of the Night gives us Spectral Tears, and it wasn't a loss in any way. Because now we just have Spectral Tears, we have just as much health as we would have. We can go to the boss challenge room, and becoming Guppy means that with every tier hit we spawn a Kamikaze Fly, which does twice our damage, and that's pretty awesome. Of course, the flight from Spirit of the Night was redundant. That wasn't worth anything for us, because we already have flight, but we still have good, like, the Spectral Tears are useful. So I'm happy with that. And now we can shoot through everything. Enemies, obstacles, everything. And our fly is pretty good. Meat, by the way, health up and a small damage up. I like that. And this is all we can do on this floor. We do have Mr. Mega Recall. And, I mean, being Guppy is great. That's another flight, by the way. Being Guppy gives you flight, as well as the fly spawning. So we have flight from 3 different sources, which is a little bit silly, but what can I say? Hoping for more libraries. The spawn chance on libraries, by the way, is normally 1 in 20. But if you've picked up a book in the run, that's what people tell me the Bookster variable does. I cannot confirm nor deny, but if you've picked up a book in a run, then it turns into like a 1/4 chance or something like that. I think it's 1/4. So that's pretty sweet, and that means that we should see one more, hopefully. This is the Depths 1. Greed wasn't in here. There's no mini-boss icon elsewhere. We know that Greed is in the shop, so next floor we'll just go to the shop. This floor we'll ignore it. Then again, on this floor, we could use it if we don't have a reroll already for something. We could use it to get a reroll, and if we get the Steam sale, we can use that reroll to get a shop item from that Steam sale. Maybe. You know, it's not a... But most of that is stuff that probably won't happen. Ghost Baby, no thank you. By the way, familiars that shoot stuff, if the familiars tier hits an enemy, that also counts for spawning flies with Guppy. It doesn't count with the Mulligan. Guppy and Mulligan do stack, by the way. Mulligan's 1/6 chance just goes ahead and gives you that 1/6 chance, and you can spawn 2 flies with 1 tier. Pretty sweet interaction. I don't expect to see it, but if I do, I'm okay with that. So I'm not going to go to the boss right away, since I pretty much don't have that extra chance, of the Devil Room. I'm at a 1/4 chance again because of going last floor. And I also just don't... I want to optimize the reroll there, rather than not. Sack of pennies, don't want that. Drops a coin every 3 rooms. But that's not very good, so I won't do it. Fighting these fistulae. Yeah, that's one of the fistulae, and fistulas are both acceptable, apparently. I think that with the AE is more fun. Oh, that was only the first room. My bad. Guess we're going to go over this way and get our second room of charge and then go to the boss. Left hand turns all chests into red chests, except chests from tinted rocks, which is interesting. But that includes the ones in the chest. Anyway, it does that, and that's cool. Except we are already guppy, so it doesn't matter that much. If we want the items, the soul hearts would be nice, of course. But the other, most of the reason that I would take it, not really effective for us. So we're going to get a little gish for this fight, and that's pretty awesome because that'll give us a familiar that shoots slowing tears and of course spawns more flies for us, and those flies will still do twice our damage, not like twice little gish's damage or anything like that. So it's awesome. It's pretty great. I do want to head to that curse room because that could contain either a teleport to the devil room or just an item chilling there that I would love to take. You know, quad shot. Yeah, sure. I'll do it. This is a run where I'm just kind of like taking what the game wants to give me because mostly the game wants to give me good stuff. Now, the interaction with quad shot and guppy is actually not what you might expect. The way spawning flies works is that there's kind of a buffer of things that can be on the screen at once. So you'll see that we're not spawning 4 flies with each time we hit. We're only going to spawn like 2 because of that buffer where it's not going to allow too many to spawn at once because it checks them and spawns them successively or something. So we did get a bit of a nerf from Guppy, but at the same time, we're in a pretty effective situation with as far as things are concerned like that. So this is probably a nerf, especially if we find like Mom's Knife and Polyphemus or something like that, but I'm okay. You know, I'm not going to say no to it. It's fun. Let's see what's in our curse room. No thanks. All right. And in here, I don't really want to play that. And then I'm going to go to this next end room. See if there's an item that I want in there. I'd love to find growth hormones, for example. Just waiting for us. Hoping to get taken home. That didn't happen. Now, I could open it. Yeah, why not? I'm not here building rerolls or anything. That was a definite good thing. Profited on keys and money. And then I am going to go to the shop just to fight greed on purpose and then see if we get a Steam sale to reroll. Because it could be great. Could be not particularly great, but hey, whatever. More money, and if not more money. Oh, I didn't even use the death card trick on that challenge room. What I could have done was pause as soon as I opened the chest. All 3 waves would spawn. I could use the death card to kill them all at once. So there's our Steam sale. Notched axe, we'll pick it up so that it doesn't appear again. By the way, apparently, let's test this. Wait, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so what you do is you do that. So now I have the notched axe over my head, but I have the D6. So what's going to happen is I'm going to find a rock. Somewhere there's a rock. I think there's probably one in the secret room in the corner. Yeah. So we use that, and that's used. But now we go pick this up, and since we didn't have it, our charge is not gone. You can use the notched axe infinitely to break as many rocks as you can possibly desire if you have the patience to do so. Just thought that would be cool to show off since I actually have the opportunity for once without wasting my money. Someone clued me in on that. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, but they were like, hey, you can do infinite uses of the notched axe, and I was like, oh, he didn't even explain how. I knew how right away because I remembered that you could do that glitch, but I just didn't think of the fact that it would consider that you don't have the item, and it would probably, had I had a full D6 charge, it would have taken my full D6 charge from me. So do be careful about that. If you want to be able to use your item, I would recommend using your item before or not caring that you're going to lose your charge. Still, that's a cool interaction, and that means that if you have that on a floor but you don't have enough bombs and you want to get like 3 tinted rocks or something, you can do it with a notched axe, as long as you're a patient individual. I love when people discover new things, but you know, I just never thought of that because the notched axe is normally kind of never pick this up kind of thing, but it does have its use, as everything has a use. It's just some things, uses are matters of patience, like Charm the Vampire, god-awful item, but it can be used effectively if you're like incredibly patient. It takes so much longer than anything else. I think that's the item that requires the most patience to use effectively. But it's still bad. You know, same with Notched Axe. It's just, it has its situational use. Game Kid, no thank you. So we have a mini-boss on the floor, but we knew that we weren't fighting greed anyway. I don't have a teleport or anything. So I can't go to the boss right away, but I can fight my way there in order to hope for just good stuff along the way. And, you know, maybe get some charges. This room, normally a pretty much guaranteed damage room, but I fortunately got... I have flight 3 times over, so I don't actually have to worry about taking damage in it, because it's easy with flight. So now we're going to head over yonder to Bob's Rotten Head. Okay, so that's something else to reroll. I would love to pick up, like, raw liver. But I guess we're going to beeline for nothing in particular, because it doesn't really matter that much where I'm going. Because I'm just going to go everywhere. If this is a teleport, that would be really convenient. Okay, use this. Blow up that tinted rock for a soul heart. I like soul hearts. Strength we can use effectively for something or other. But death I'm going to use for the challenge room this time. I actually am going to remember and do it. Just to show it off again. Guppy's tail. Yeah, because I'd reroll it to an item room item, not a devil room item or anything like that. So now I have 4 Guppy items. Guppy's tail is going to increase the drop rate of chests and golden chests while decreasing the drop rate of everything else equally. So I have a bunch of keys in the flat penny for now. So I think that that's okay. But I think that it would be great if we had a lot more keys. But for now, we're going to be fine. That's not a useful item when we already have the compass as well as the X-ray vision. It does have something that X-ray vision doesn't. Without opening the rooms, like, you can't just go into secret rooms with Spelunker Hat, but it does tell you when you're next to a room that has an icon that you can't tell. So you'd know if you were next to a sacrifice room, you'd know if you were next to a mini-boss room, and you'd know if you were next to... there might be something else, I don't remember. But any of the rooms that are, like, special without telling you that they're special before going in. So that's its advantage over that. Okay, so we do this. Hear those sounds. Then we use death. And since they had just spawned, the Globins mostly is what I'm talking about, or are what I'm talking about. Since the Globins had just spawned, they didn't do phase 2 because they didn't have that property yet, because Flash isn't fast enough, I guess, to compute that immediately. Same thing with how boom flies work, where if you spawn if a red boom fly is spawned and it is blown up immediately, it explodes as well as doing the 5-directional tiers because it doesn't have its own attributes yet. It's kind of like an ambiguous one, but it still knows. It hasn't, like, specified, basically. So that's kind of cool stuff to know, I suppose. I am going to fight the mini-boss, by the way. Like, of course. Seems like a smart plan to me. I can only get good things from it. Yeah, I guess I could take damage, but it doesn't seem like I expect to. And I'm just going to open chests for now, because what's the harm? Hopefully we get something like Steven or a health up. Or just tons of keys because of all the money. So let's see what's in the shop. It is the purse, and that means that I can continue my key-gaining venture after this floor, and that's awesome. Because that'll allow us to hold 2 trinkets, and I'll thus keep the flat penny. Ultra Pride would give us left hand, were we to be interested in that. But I really am not. That was much easier than it normally is, by the way. Hierophant is a great card that gives us 2 soul hearts. No reason to wait on that. So I don't have anything to teleport me out of the mom fight, so I guess we're not going to do that. Of course, I have one more reroll. Wow, silly damage. To hopefully get something good from this item room. I do want to pick up the strength card down here, because that has some potential uses beyond the damage and temporary health. So that's another thing to consider. Onwards to our last reroll, which, if it gives us, like, teleport or something, I would just take that. That would not be... that would be an unquestionable good choice. And then just come back and grab the D6. Bomb bag. Yeah, that's not okay. Well, not useful. I have enough bombs. What that does is gives us a bomb after every 3 rooms, or a bomb type drop. So it can be a super troll bomb or a troll bomb. Or it can be... this was the magician, yeah. Or it can be a normal bomb, 1+1 free, those things. Still, it can be harmful, and I just generally avoid dropping familiars, especially with the consideration of the new mechanic that we've discovered, where if you get more than one dropping familiar, they cause each other to take longer to drop. And thus, the only one I really would consider worth picking up, knowing that, is the relic. So I just don't take the others. And yeah, that's about that. This fight's going pretty much standardly. is probably a better way to say that. And now we win. We get a health up and a shot speed up. I'll do it. But know that it's a shot speed up and this displeases me. I've honestly gained a real distaste as far as stem cells is concerned. There's our library, so we're going to head for that as fast as possible, which is going to be great because that's going to be becoming a double item room when there are no item rooms left in the game. So I like that. I'm also going to go to this curse room, especially since I have the reroll now. Could just have something waiting for me. Of course, we're going to lose a soul heart for this, but hey, guess what? It paid for itself and just gave me some flies that I really didn't need since I spawned so many myself, but at least it wasn't like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to kill you today. No, it was just like, hey, you know what? Here's some free flies and a free ride out. So, you know, it's cool in my books. It's a nice dude. Okay. Fred's not too bad. We're getting plenty of bomb drops for whatever reason. Double Monstro, not going to be too bad either. We still only have one orbital, but one orbital is much better than no orbitals, and it was something that I decided for myself. Of course, there was the chance that Pestilence was going to be the boss on the Caves 2 anyway without using the Book of Revelations, but there was also the chance that it wouldn't be, and I needed to intervene. There was a soul heart in there, I believe. I will grab that on the way back. So now we're just fighting Larry Jr., and then we'll go to our library, which sadly did take... Oh, you think I care? Which will take a while. See, it just paid for itself. Okay, so hopefully this is the last reroll. Yes. I don't want either of those. Actually, I want my reflection. My reflection is pretty good with our current setup because we can use that to have tiers hit the same enemy twice as they come back. So they can go out, hit, come back, hit again. And that's a really cool interaction. And I don't know if one tier will spawn 2 flies. That's what I don't know. But still, this is good. Especially since our range isn't really compromised at all. So we've still kind of got an effective distance setup as well as a cool extra little piece to it. And we still have something to reroll. Man, it doesn't get much better than this. Let's see what's in this top secret room. I'm not really interested in that. Got another key. The purse was one of the best things we could have gotten. Devil, by the way, adds 2 damage on use, and that's pretty good. It's the same as the Book of Belial, but I don't know that I need it. Strength is honestly going to be better for us, and I'm going to take that. Which is why I'll just like use this in a room or something, and then as I backtrack, I'll go grab the strength card. Because the strength for the health up, which I can use to go negative in order to take an extra deal with the devil or something. So let's see what we've got from this reroll. Halo flies, absolutely. So I guess I'm gonna not backtrack because I don't want to. I don't like backtracking very much. I just do it because I like rerolling more than I dislike backtracking. So I'm gonna grab strength on the way back right now and head for the boss, do whatever. So now Halo flies gave us 2 pretty fly orbitals, which will block enemy tiers and only damage fly type enemies, but still be useful and good. Now who knows which way is the right way? I don't, but that's okay. That's half the fun. If I didn't have quad shot, I would actually try and test the whole 1 tier spawning 2 flies thing, because that's potentially just something that that's easy to test if you're firing individual tiers. But when you're firing quad shot, you can't really tell. So I just have to give up on that dream for today. Still, this is a cool setup that I have only had a couple times. Maybe only once before this legitimately rather. Okay, something else to reroll. That is pleasing to me. Of course, assuming he gives me an item, which beggars usually do, especially when you have 50 cents. It's 50 cents. So what could we get? Shoop de whoop. Again, I'm gonna test the whole brim snapping thing, but it doesn't seem to work. Bobby Bomb. Yeah, fine. So now we have mega homing bombs, and the homing bombs, of course, home in on enemies. It also gave us 5 bombs, as most of the bomb-related items do. But that's not super important. We have enough bombs. It's just kind of a matter of now they home in on stuff, and that's cool. Oh, finally our secret room. I forgot I didn't know that that was there yet. So we're hoping for a library on the next floor, and that's about it. Well, I don't need this, and I can use it to skip a room, so I'll do that. Nothing to reroll, so I won't go back for anything. Teratoma should be a very easy fight with my current setup. just chill over a rock and not worry about anything. I have enough range that this is no big deal. And the flies will do work, ideally. Range up, might be interested in taking that. Okay, so we're going to take the mark, because that's going to be a 1 damage up, 0.2 speed up, and 1 soul heart. And we're going to reroll the... I want to take it, but I know you don't want me to. Because this is... And I don't want to, actually. Like, I want to take it as far as playing to have lots of damage, but I have a cool setup that I'd rather have than Brimstone. So now I have more range, which means the tears can fly around more, which is awesome. Okay, there's nothing I want to do here besides go straight to the boss. And we have more damage, so our flies also do more damage, since those do twice our damage. Yeah, I like all these tears everywhere. Maybe we'll get Mom's Eye and Loki's horns in the chest. I mean, this is actually potentially not a chest run. I'm going to go to the cathedral, but I'm saying it's possible that I'll just get, like, death-locked by a room that is particularly disagreeable. Because, I mean, I don't have a ton of health, if you haven't noticed. I don't have a guaranteed win. Guppy's very powerful, though, and I'd like to hope that I can win here. Yeah, I'm going to open that. I was kind of hoping for a health up, but that's okay. I can make do without. Don't think I can't. Alright, and these guys are going to die. Hollow is not too bad with Piercing Tears. Piercing Tears really just makes things really good. I'll take this pill. Dang it. Spending all my time. Tammy's head, something to reroll. Guess I'm spending extra time on this floor. That's going to give us 5 bombs, but of course I don't really want to use it. It would be cool if I had gotten that in the chest so I could use it for a blue baby kill in an interesting way, which I have attempted before, but now that I have homing bombs, it would be much better than the other time I attempted it. Basically, you just need 17 Mr. Mega Bombs placed near Blue Baby, and then you have them all explode, and Blue Baby dies immediately. Like, actually immediately. 17 is all it takes. Exactly the amount. No keys from that. That was miraculous. So this is actually kind of a bad plan, because now I don't get to fight that room. $3 bill, no thank you. Especially since I already have, like, the one thing I'd want from it. Which is, in this case, my reflection, as funny as that is. Since normally that's an item that's like, no way do I ever want that item. So what is this? Pretty fly. So that's kind of actually completely useless. Because we already have a full orbital ring of protection, so I don't really know about that. But, hey, at least it wasn't bad. Okay, keys paying for themselves. I like when they do that. Looks like we're going to get one more reroll. I can pick up my strength card again, which is nice. Strength card, of course, Magic Mushroom for a room will give us that 1.5 times damage multiplier. And our flies as well, which is great. When I use it, which will probably be on the cathedral. Because on the Isaac fight in particular. Because that's just the most helpful time. It's when you're a little scared of getting through things, especially with this kind of health. And it's just the best time. Once you get to the chest, you kind of have to rely on the chests, which I should be getting lots of, because I, remember, did get Guppy's tail after all. So we're going to go use our reroll, and then we're going to go fight the heart, which should not be too hard. I can only imagine, at least. And, I don't know. Guess we're just going to see what's happening. What is this reroll going to give me? Or Babylon. Alright. So now I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is actually go to the arcade and get down to half of a red heart in order to have Whore of Babylon constantly active. And if I play it again, it will recover me for half a heart, actually, and take away half a soul heart. So I don't want to do that. I just want to get down to half a heart and leave, be on my way. Now, I could play it repeatedly by grabbing the hearts and then going back, trying to play it again, get a blood bag or IV bag out of it, but I don't really want to when you think about what I just did strategically. So now we have increased damage and speed. The damage up is currently 1.5. When it's first activated, like right when you activate Whore of Babylon, getting the damage up by going down to half a heart, the damage up is instead 2.25. And if it's activated through the Empress card, the damage up is 3.375. Might not be 2.25, might actually be a little less than that. Because I think that, yeah, I'm not right. I'm not right about that. But I am right about 3.35, or 3.375 rather, and 1.5. Those numbers are right. Still, this is the moral of the story is it's better. It's good. We want it. Curse room, I would love to go to, but this time I don't think I can justify that. Okay, this should not be too bad of a fight. Yeah, it just kind of died before being able to get that attack fully off. Okay, that's a key. I'm happy to receive more keys when I should be getting more chests as we continue. No keys came from that money. Probably going to get some here, though. We did get a few. And it looks like the boss is going to be from this... Not here. I didn't want to go... Well, I don't have to go there. That would be fighting an extra room, I think. Yep, this is exactly what I expected to have happen. X-ray vision, doing really good work. We haven't had greed in any secret room, so even if I had wanted to, I couldn't have farmed greed for extra sweet items. That's okay. I'm not upset about that. Oh, that was really bad damage, but note that we do have the Polaroid invincibility every time we get hit, 5 seconds at a time, which is good because we might need that in this upcoming fight. Yeah, I mean, I want to, but I don't want to. Okay, so now we do use the strength card, and yes, that gives us extra health, so we won't have the Polaroid invincibility, but we do have the extra damage and fly damage. We could have used it at the very end of the fight if we had gotten down to low health to get the Polaroid invincibility again, but I just don't think that that was necessary. Okay, I'm gonna back off a little. Of course, Isaac shoots a lot of tears when we shoot a lot of tears, so I kind of wanted to avoid that up until this phase where he's just shooting randomly and hopefully not spawning too many too many angelic babies. Speak of the devil, by the way. There they are. And this will recover us, sadly. So we're going to go into the chest now. I'm not going to mess around on this floor. And see what we get. We're no longer in Horde Babylon state. Okay, so that's 4 spacebar items. That's an easy set to reroll. Of course, use the poop so that you can destroy it. See if you get anything from it. It's possible. And then let's see what we get. By the way, first... Oh, God. I'd love to use that. First secret room we've had greed in. So I kind of want to farm him. I might do it. I'm really thinking about it. Get good secret room items like raw liver. What else do I want from the secret room? Spider bite would be good. Is there something else? I mean, I don't want epic fetus. I've already seen one up in Ankh. I do want that health up. Yeah, I'll take it now. I'm gonna get a reroll before fighting greed, by the way. And now the sad thing is, I mean, I don't have the habit, so it's not like getting hit is gonna be a waste of anything except my health. Not wasting charges for the D6 though. Alright, so I just want to go in there. Get at least 4 item spawns so that we feel like we're going equal as far as rerolls are concerned, where... Wait, is that... Yeah, there's no other spacebar item. I'd like there to be another spacebar item so I could take the Forget Me Now out and then still be rerolling 4, and there we have it right away. I will take the miter for once. I think that usually it's kind of a lost cause at this point in the game, but I think that maybe it'll benefit us because mostly I'm a little lacking in stuff. I have like no health. I could probably win once, but here's the thing. I like to go big, so I'm going to have to try and win twice. Full clear both times, of course. That's the only way to play for me. So we're going to see if we can make it work. Mom's Knife, that would be kind of bad with Quad Shot because Quad Shot does nothing except weaken Mom's Knife if you have Polyphemus, which we don't, so it's not like it would do anything at the moment. But I think that this is a more fun setup because, again, my reflection is a ton of awesome right now. So we don't want Mom's Knife. I do want Polyphemus, though. Pretty much the way things work is you always want Polyphemus. When you have a single shot item, Mom's Knife, Brimstone, either technology, you don't want Quad Shot if you have Polyphemus, but you still always want Polyphemus, like if you have Quad Shot. So it's just kind of one of those things it goes one way. And anyway, Quad Shot would about halve your damage. And this is what I was talking about with the Boomflies not having the right attributes yet. Oh my god. Okay, so Max's head is going to multiply our damage by 1.5. That's pretty awesome. That multiplier doesn't stack with the multiplier of the magic mushroom. So if we find that, I'll take it mostly because its other stats up, and it has an additive damage bonus as well. But it doesn't give us the 1.5 times damage multiplier. Still, this is going to kind of comp us for the fact that we no longer have that strength card. Our flies will do a lot more damage. And will do a lot more damage. So I like that. All of these chests from Guppy's tail are really doing good things for us, especially with all these keys. And note that farming greed means that we can get a bunch of keys because they'll drop a bunch of money randomly as well when he's not dropping Steam sales. So each one of those, 50% chance of a key drop as well. That's just easy keys and easy money. So if we ever run out of keys, we have an option to get more and not have to worry about things. But while I'm here re-rolling 4 items at once, there's really no reason to go greed farming when I don't really need the items from the secret room. I only want raw liver. And I mean, it might be necessary at some point, but for now it's not. Alright, that's Gertie. Did we get a chest? No. So let's go ahead and re-roll those 4 items once again. 4, yes, it's a speed down as well, but I don't mind. I like the health up. And the pills, of course, I will use tears up and just get the spacebar items gone. So we've got a tears up now, even more fire rate. Not that ours was like huge or anything, but it's good. We got the damage up from the odd mushroom, which was small, admittedly, but it's helpful nonetheless. Oh, I thought I would avoid that. The half heart recovery with the 2 health up. Note that it's empty 2 hearts, half heart recovery, or half heart filled if you want to look at it that way. We are in Polaroid invincibility kind of situation if we get hit a bunch. Rainbow baby, I mean, probably going to end up taking that one since I'm going to be focusing my rerolls where there are more items and there's only 1 item there, of course. We're going to get a soul heart for this room. Not for killing Famine after we kill War, because Famine did not contribute to the boss health bar. But as predicted, because that's just kind of how it's supposed to work. It hasn't worked like once in my history here, and I don't know what's up with that, but it's supposed to do that. It's supposed to give you a soul heart if you kill a boss that is a blue champion. And it worked that time, which is what matters at the moment. Poison bombs I do want, so now we have homing mega poison bombs, which I think we had last time, as crazy as that is. And poison bombs only affects our placed bombs. It doesn't affect, like I said, I'll take it. It's full health as well, so we just lost the Polaroid invincibility thing. And we're also big now. I would love to get down to Whore of Babylon, get like huge. We would be a very, very large cat, an Indian cat, with a growth on its face. And all that stuff. Still, like I said, multipliers don't stack. It's just a small damage up for us. That's still affected by Max's head's multiplier nonetheless, at least. This is a fun setup, though. I like that I'm lagging the game, too. So I might end up taking Boom as well. And remember, I'm abandoning the D6 once I use the Forget-Me-Now, because I can't possibly take it with me. So we're just going to hope that the things that are left are good. I should get 1 more reroll. I mean, I'm definitely getting 1 more reroll, so it all depends on what I don't want. And I don't know what I don't want yet. It's nice that this run has turned into a run with a nice amount of health, though. Emperor card, sure. Oh yeah, what I was saying is poison bombs don't affect any bombs other than your placed bombs, even though all explosions will have poison clouds from them. Only your placed bombs will have actual poison damage attributed to them. Okay, so we should get yet another reroll after this, interestingly enough. I'm just going to take this because it's not likely I'm going to end up rerolling it. I'm going to reroll this because I have enough bombs, Stigmata, health up, and damage up. We're getting a lot of special items right now. That's kind of amazing. But no greed farming needs to happen, so that's our Forget-Me-Now, but this one is Monstrous Tooth. So that's going to be my last reroll before coming back for the Forget-Me-Now. And using it. No greed farming necessary. But I'm cool with that. I think greed farming, while definitely a good idea, is time-consuming and not always that important. We'd probably also accidentally kill greed kind of quickly. And before we got anything good out of it, particularly. So I'm just going to not do it, and not even feel bad about it. Top secret room, what does that contain, I wonder? If it's a fortune teller, we'll blow that up, because that'll give us an item. And that's about that. It is Blue Baby's soul, which I probably should take, but I'm not going to. So this is going to be the last room we need to do. Then we'll get a reroll, we'll go back for the Forget Me Now, and we'll do this all over again. I've honestly only taken like 1 or 2 hits this whole chest. I could have done this without getting all of the health that I just got, but, you know, that is much less fun than turning this from a questionable run into a kind of unquestionable run. As we just go slowly because of all the lag I'm causing. Flash can't calculate too much stuff at once. But that's not my fault, that's Flash. Okay, and Blue Baby is about to die. Blue Baby has died. Last Angelic Baby. Oh, I was gonna, like, prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that would hit extra times. So let's get our last reroll of the video, because we can't get the D6 again once we lose it. And then do the chest over again. We have enough keys to manage. We have good damage, good setup, fun setup nonetheless. And I don't know. Just see what happens. We've got to get Polyphemus sooner or later. Range up. I'm okay with that because that just means, again, more of our tears coming back at us. Forget Me Now. We do the chest all over again. 4 more chests. All of that good stuff. Ipecac I don't want. I don't want the damage down from that. But I'll take Harlequin Baby and the speed up. Ipecac, of course, would be a terrible idea when I have my reflection and no homing. So Ipecac would just come back at me, try to kill me, and I would die. I'm all for fun and cool setups, but that's just like kill me please kind of setup, and that's not the kind of setup I consider fun. But that's me again. So I took the speed up, as weird as that was. Thin Odd Mushroom is also a speed up, but it's mostly I have enough fire rate and the damage down is something that I just don't desire. Alright, you kind of melted around me. Wow. SMB Superfan, speed down, as well as all stats up. It's a small damage up, but again, a damage up nonetheless. For a run where I'm not breaking the game, I'm getting all the damage ups out of just nowhere. And since I'm not going to be able to reroll those items, they're just going to sit there. I don't have to worry about backtracking except that I'm full clearing the chest, which I think is also a nice touch. I know that some of the viewers really just hate when I use the D6, and I think that's just, well, I'm sorry, but I think that's kind of silly. The D6 is like the most fun thing in the game. I'm sorry you don't enjoy it, but I am going to continue using it. No, like nothing against you, it's just, that's the most fun thing for me to do. I'll get that key, don't worry. I've been at 13 keys like consistently for most of this run, which is awesome. It's just interesting that it always comes back to 13. That seems to be like our singularity that we've reached. Okay. Look at all these tears. I wish I had, again, Mom's Eye and Loki's Horns would have been really fantastic this run. As would Tough Love, even if we don't have Luck Up as a pill that we've gotten. Well, My Little Unicorn is better than no spacebar item. Still would definitely have been fun. Not that we can't still get it, we can still totally get it. Would have been fun to get Mom's Eye, Loki's Horns, Tough Love. Pretty Fly is not useful because we still have the same set of orbitals that we had before. And what are you? Sure, another blue champion, so we'll get a soul heart again. Oh, darn. So we'll just go even, basically. That's okay. It's silly how quickly we melt through things. Okay, then. 9 lives. Note that if we do die and respawn, we will only have 1 red heart, and there's going to be nothing I can do about it. So if I die, I'm probably definitely going to lose. Like, definitely. Although I think I did just clear that first Blue Baby fight without dying, without taking any damage, rather. Maybe I took 1, though, and taking 1 is obviously enough to kill me when I've respawned. So, I don't know. If I get homing, I'll totally take Ipecac just for you guys, though. Oh, look at you. You think you're fancy. Alright, this is another path, and I'm cool with that. Killing Gluttony last, by the way, is not really useful for us since we've already picked up the heart that he could drop. Of course, we do have the Miter, and that would mean that we have a greater than 50% chance that any heart drop that isn't specific is going to be a soul heart drop instead. So killing Gluttony last could get us soul hearts. which could be important, but I'm not going to focus on. So amazingly, amongst all of the damage ups we've picked up, most of which special, Polyphemus, which isn't a special item, didn't appear. You can't have double Polaroid, by the way. You just walk straight through it. Anyway, like I was saying, Polyphemus, non-special item, did not appear amongst all of the special damage ups that we've picked up so far. Not that it can't still. It definitely can. There are a few more rooms left for it to do so. But I think that's just crazy. It's weird. Polyphemus is something that I see most runs now, especially when I have the D6. But the game was just like, hey, no, have every other special item, and not this non-special one. The game just like disregarded the whole thing about special items preventing each other from spawning this run, and that's cool with me. I was really hoping that that would be the Joker, because that would be awesome. Of course, we still couldn't get another Forget-Me-Now, sadly, but it would have been a fun way to do things. Wow. Wow. That was good. Oh, look at you hitting me. You think you're cool. Charm of the Vampire, bad item. I was explaining, it's one of those things where you need patience. It's either something you use with greed farming or with Globin farming to get back your health, and then use it for if you're like breaking the game with it, you'd use it for a blood donation machine or a demon beggar or something of that sort. If you're using that for recovery, you are playing pretty optimally, and I would not do that personally, but maybe that's your style. That's totally cool. I can't do it. It ruins Polaroid invincibility, and that's pretty much all I see it for. And, I mean, it works out. I don't like the item, I don't need the item. Okay, so it looks like we're not getting anything special out of this, but still, it's a nice setup that we kind of brought together on the chest. It was something that was like, we can probably win this, and then it turned into something where we can maybe lose this if we try. Probably not going to use My Little Unicorn, by the way, because I think that my setup's better than the invincibility preventing us from shooting the tears and having the flies. Okay. Yeah, keep hitting me. I don't mind that much. But you see that Blue Baby stays red as the tears come back through him. So that's another way you can tell that they are hitting a second time. Okay, that's the fight. We get a soul heart. Let's keep the eternal heart. It's really important. I mean, it was important to get us to the state where if we'd gotten hit, we would have had Polaroid invincibility because it counts as a half heart along with our red hearts, but it's not going to give us a health up or anything because there's no way we get another Forget-Me-Now. Anyway, that was a fun run. I liked it. I'm sorry for those of you that don't enjoy D6 runs or have stopped enjoying Guppy runs, but that one just kind of like, it just threw Guppy at me. I was like, I can't say no to this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.